You choose.
Do it now. Let's talk about new releases.
All right, this week, which will be the week of January 10th, which will be your initial release date, and all throughout the week. There's a couple things coming out. Not too many this week. It's kind of a short, dead week. You're coming right out of the holidays, so don't expect much, folks. Okay, first we got on the DS, we're getting a Hip Hop King Rhythmic Edition.
Ooh!
So obviously all you hipsters and hip hoppers and gangsters out there will be able to throw some beats down on your DS.
Because when I think hip hop rap mogul, I'm thinking DS. That's the system.
Now they're labeling it as a puzzle game, so I guess the most puzzling thing is how do you pronounce the title?
But wait, but this is DS, not 3DS?
This is the DS, and it's scheduled to release on January 12th.
So it's not 3D. What a waste.
What a waste. Okay, on the Wii for digital download, we got Carmen Sandiego Adventures in Math.
Yes!
The Case of the Crumbling Cathedral.
Wow. You know, I was wondering what was up with that cathedral. Now I can find out. Carmen Sandiego.
Well, she's saving a cathedral by doing some math.
That's pretty good.
It's an action game.
That's going to be my ringtone this week.
It is releasing January 12th as well.
So wait, it's an action game.
It is a downloadable action game.
So
I got no pricing information.
So the hip-hop game is a puzzle game, but the Carmen Sandiego math game is an action game.
Yeah, you got to think.
It's not an educational / learning game. It's an action game.
Well, you know, you got to pick.
You got to jump on the third.
You got to pick where you want to go, and action is where they want to be. Because there's a lot of action. There's Carmen Sandiego in the room. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, for the 3DS, we do have Zen Pinball 3D.
Oh.
Now, this will release January 12th, and it will be a $7 download.
I do like Zen Pinball.
I'm sure you can find it in a physical format, but so far they're scheduling it for a download. It is going to be like a crazy 3D pop-up.
I don't think it'll be on a physical format, because that is on the PlayStation Network.
3DS.
Well, I know, but I'm saying right now it's on the PlayStation Network. So they're making a 3D version. Downloadable.
Well, okay.
I don't think it'll be on.
But you know,
sometimes
they physically make a download.
I know sometimes they do.
Look, don't question.
You have proof?
To what
you have proof?
say,
do you have proof?
And then you just deal with it.
Fine.
All right. So I don't want to talk to you no more. Okay. So
I quit.
On January 11th on the PC, we do have Conquer 2.0: Invasions of Pirates. Now, Conquer is a classic style role-playing game that is being released in its second reincarnation, and apparently it's going to have something to do with pirates. Wait
a minute, like Conquer's Bad Fur Day?
It is released in January 11th.
Like Conquer's Bad Fur Day?
Absolutely like that.
Or like Command and Conquer?
But with the pirate.
So it's going to be the foul-mouthed squirrel with pirates. So there's a lot of booty jokes.
Hold on, let me write it down. No, actually it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, it's not Conquer.
Okay, and releasing on the, I don't even know why I talked to you. On the Xbox 360, PS3, and PC, we have the
According to Hoyle Survival.
Horror Action Survival Amy. Now, this is basically...
This is about your psycho ex-girlfriend?
This is like, you know, honestly,
that would be Horror Action Survival.
This whole game looks like it's going to be a cross between like a Resident Evil and meets, what was I thinking? Fear. Okay? You're escorting a girl around, you're shooting zombies, and you're trying to save yourself from becoming a zombie.
I like girl escorts, and I like zombies, so sounds like a winner.
Yeah, so let's see. We got that releasing. Looks like it'll be on the PC and PS3 on January 10th, and on the 360 on the 13th. For some reason, they need a little extra time to release it.
The 360 has a different drop day, I guess, for releases.
And finally... the last thing we got is Choplifter 3 HD. Choplifter.
Are you sure?
I wrote it down weird. Choplifter HD. This is releasing on the PS3, 360, and the PC. The release dates on this is the 10th.
So this is the little helicopter dropping the rope, pick the dudes up, taking the safety?
It's much updated from that classic game, actually.
Because now it's in HD.
Yeah, you know what the great thing about it is, if you guys ever remember playing Jungle Strike, Desert Strike, it's very similar, but not so much like shooting, not war. And it was releasing on all of the major systems, not the Wii, of course, and not any of the handhelds. And that is going to be a full-price game, it looks like.
What?
I can't really read my handwriting, so... Oh, or $8.
Full price or $8, whichever you decide to pay, apparently.
So those are your releases for this week. Again, not much coming out, but there you go. And if you can decipher what I said, then you've just been informed.
I think we need to work this out a little better next time beforehand. We should have had a commercial break. That was my fault. That was my mistake. Should have given you a break. You could have a drink of water, use the bathroom.
It worked out fine. I don't know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you mean.
Uh-huh. According to Hoyle Survival.
Hoyle Survival.
All right. We're taking a quick commercial break, folks, and then when we come back this week on segment 3, we're going to be doing a video game review / discussion, talking about Terraria, available on Steam on the PC.
Terraria.
Yeah, can you spell that? Do you know how to do that?
Got it.
When you edit this, can you put the right name on the screen?
No.
Okay, fair enough. All right, folks, we'll be right back. Hey guys, Dirt here. Don't forget to check out the news desk every Saturday on the Pop Culture Network. We're going to be talking about this week's releases of toys. If you want to know all the toy news of everything that's going on, that's ever been worthwhile, that's ever worth a penny of your hard-earned money, you're going to check out the news desk, popculturenetwork.com. Every Saturday, make sure you check it out.
Is it on? Oh, we're back.
Oh,
I'm sorry. What's for dinner tonight is obviously pizza.
awesome.
Pepperoni.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Video Game Losers here on Pop Culture Network. Again, I am your host, Dirt, and I'm here with my co-host,
Your Lord Killing.
and today we are back to talk about Terraria on Steam, on the PC.
On Steam.
For those of you unfamiliar with Terraria, it is available for $10 on Steam. You can also buy a 4-pack for $29.99 so that you can have a copy and send out 3 copies to your friends if you have any. And basically, it's a ultimate sandbox game, I guess you could say. Unlike a game like Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row that they call a sandbox game because you can run around everywhere but you still have missions, this is more like you just kind of run around everywhere and you build stuff, and you run around.
Essentially, it is a Super Nintendo tribute game because it's a side-scrolling RPG with action elements. You throw you into a world, a topside world, and they just throw you in a world and like, there you go, do what you want to do.
No instruction. You have to figure out how to build a house.
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure out how to mine for minerals. You have to figure out how to craft items that you need, like armor and weapons and things like that. You will constantly be attacked by slimes during the day. At nighttime, zombies, the occasional goblin army, flying eyeballs. Things will just come out of nowhere with little to no explanation on how to do things pretty much right at the beginning. And you really just have to kind of learn as you go along.
Which is part of the fun. Now, the thing is, you are on the top soil, so you're on like the woods area, and there's about 40 miles of beneath you. So basically, you got a pickaxe and a sword, and you just start going down and digging down and digging down. And there you're going to find all the materials you're going to need to craft items. Of course, you're going to find the wood topside on the trees and whatnot. But as you go down, you're going to find different ores, materials, stone, sand, all kinds of different gravel pieces, all kinds of what have yous. And you're going to bring it all back topside to where you're going to construct and build your town, I guess.
Yeah. And not only that, but as you play through the game, as you get bigger, more powerful, as you make your house bigger, you will get more non-player characters to basically come to your house and live there as you build more rooms. So you'll end up with a demolitions guy who will sell you dynamite. You'll have a weapons guy who sells you muskets and musket balls. You'll have a nurse to come heal you. There is a guy who will basically, you hand him any item and he'll tell you what you can craft out of it, so you can get an idea of what other items you need to find in order to build stuff. Which basically means in the long run, you're going to go online and find a wiki that's going to tell you how to do all this stuff so you can get more out of the game. One of the things that we like to do here is I run the Terraria server on my home computer, and then my son, who is 7, has a copy of Terraria on his PC. He likes to log in and play multiplayer. Then at nighttime, after he's in bed, Killen will come in. We'll run a different world on the server for him and myself. And basically, I like to go out and dig and bring stuff back, and he likes to build.
Yeah.
So he makes these huge, awesome houses, and I go out and find stuff and get killed.
Now the great thing about this game, it is very casual, so you can jump in and out with not getting too committed into any like detailed story. It is basically, without a doubt, do what you will kind of a game.
You can play for 5 minutes, you can play for 5 hours.
Now, because it is themed or created after the models of like a Super Nintendo graphic style game, you can run this with little resources on your computer in the background. Has a nice window you can open up and size as you wish.
My son's computer is, gosh, I think it's like a 800 megahertz, 326 megs of RAM. The video card is like on board.
Ancient.
So it actually takes about 3 or 4 minutes for it to boot up, but then once it boots up and loads into memory, then it's fine. Mm-hmm. My computer, of course, just pops right up, no problem. I'm sure yours it runs even smoother.
Yes.
So you don't need the most awesome machine in order to get it running, although they did release a patch recently in 1.1 update which added new lighting effects that on certain older computers it does make it a little more difficult. His boot time went up to about 7 minutes with the lighting effects turned on, so we had to change the lighting effects to make it run a little smoother. So it only takes about 3 or 4 minutes to boot up, but still, again, once it boots up though and it loads into memory, it's fine. Another thing, that when you maximize your window and make it bigger, you're not just making the graphics bigger, you're actually expanding your window into the world. Mm-hmm. So you actually see more of the world. Your person stays the same size. You can play in a tiny window in the corner of your screen, or if you make it full screen, then you can see a lot more of what's going on around you, which is very interesting.
You are forever enveloped in a fog of war, so just know that. And here's the problem about going down, of course, is there's no light underneath the earth, as you would expect. So you're going to have to bring a lot of torches and constantly fight for light, which is what this game should have been called, Fight for Light. Now this is very similar to the game Minecraft that you may or may not have heard of. However, it does not have the horrific Nintendo 64 graphics.
It went with the much simpler and much better looking 16-bit graphics, sprites of characters running around, and it also, I think one thing that it added is a lot more style to the game than Minecraft has. There's a lot more hidden costume items, a lot more personalization you can do with your characters. So when you are playing multiplayer and playing against different characters, it's you're not confusing everybody. Everybody looks different. My son's character looks completely different from me, looks completely different from you, looks completely different from the non-player characters. So that's nice that they've added that.
And of course, this is a game still in development, which means they're going to constantly add new content into the game. So if you do spend the $10 to buy the game, you're going to be happy because you're going to continuously get updated content through the game, making it run better, adding new items, new missions, new stuff to do.
Now, one of the things about this game when you first start is it does randomly generate a world for you, and every time you generate a new world, it's completely different. You will have floating islands in the sky that you cannot see. You will have to discover eventually, and the bottom of the world is lava, which you will run into eventually when you get down to the bottom. And of course, it gets more difficult as you go down or go up, because now on the flying islands they have harpies and stuff that come and attack you. And there are new monsters with 1.1. You can add a hard mode in 1.1. You can set off basically an event that brings out a giant monster, and then once you defeat it, the game becomes 10 times more difficult. Everything becomes a lot harder, and you die a lot faster, which is at least something that players who've been playing it for a long time have really wanted, some added, skill requirements to it. And so they've added that. So you don't have to do that if you're a new player. If you just want to make a small little world that's about 5 screens big, and just kind of dig some stuff up and build stuff and make some crazy stuff, you can do that. Or if you want to make a gigantic world and have 8 players come into your server and play 24 hours a day, you can do that too. So it's completely open as far as all that stuff goes.
Yeah.